Hi, my name is Francine, and I have ovarian cancer. We don't know how long I have, but for now, I'm trying to make every day count. Well, what is this? Why are we here? Why would I take you to church? Well, as promised, this is my homily, and it is about my cancer journey. So let me know what you think, and I will see you in a couple of days.
Please be seated. Hold that thought in your mind. You don't get to sit. We're really delighted today that Reverend Francine Milano is back with us. And I think she's going to sort of tell us how to work wonders from within.
I'll work on that. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for coming on such a cold day. I guess winter's starting with a bang. So happy solstice. So for the two people who don't know, I have ovarian cancer. Supposedly it's terminal, but I am still here. So I guess I have some more things to do. So I feel blessed. And I know many of you haven't seen me around a lot this year, but I chose to spend some time on much needed self-care. Healthy or not, when you get older, you realize how precious time is, and your priorities get rearranged a bit. The question is, how do you want to spend the rest of your life? And we should ask this at every age, at every stage. The reason we don't is because, especially when we're young, we feel invincible until we're not. Time is abundant until it's not. God gave us this gift, and we often squander it. Did you ever add up how many hours of television you watch in a month? It just goes quickly, doesn't it? I think we all want to feel accomplished, and what better time to hit the reset button? My personal quest is to make 2025 count. Every day of it. The quest requires self-care, positivity, gratitude, and a decent bucket list. So self-care is not just being at rest, although we do need to watch TV and lay on the couch once in a while, though, don't we? Self-care also includes making your dental appointments, keeping your home somewhat organized, and your life, and maybe writing lists so that it all gets done, and eating right. I mean, it does go on and on and on, right? It's about making sure your basic needs are met, despite the obligations you may have to others. It seems like a chore because it is, unfortunately. But do it anyway. You will always feel accomplished and empowered. And it makes helping others, or whatever your obligations may be, a little bit lighter and less overwhelming when you've got other things out of the way. A lack of self-care can also say a lot about self-love. And we are all worthy of this love. For me, self-care has meant giving some things up that were no longer serving my life. Some people too. I had to draw boundaries with my time. A lot of days are sick days, so I have to be quite particular about the ones that are good days. And people have been very understanding about this. That's a good thing, because I'd have to do it anyway. I can't exhaust my energy worrying so much about what others think. I can only explain my needs in a kind and gentle way. Like most of us, I've spent way too much time trying to please everyone else before myself. Anybody relate to that? That's not self-care. Sick days also make it more challenging to live in the positive. I've made deliberate efforts to focus on a more positive way to live, but I fail a lot. Anybody relate to that one? When I was first diagnosed, though, I had this why bother attitude. And if I had to just stop making the dental appointments that I expected, I would have been, 2 years now without a dental appointment. So I think I have made some progress at least. The other obstacle is age, because no matter what, I'm still getting older. And remember my 98-year-old Aunt Doris? Yeah, my filter's starting to disappear too. But for the most part, I'm still able to catch myself before any damage is done. I just think really loudly now. I want to share a few more tips I have found that helps no matter what the day brings. Prayer. I meditate and ask God for strength before I get out of bed every morning, even if I only take 25 seconds or so to do it. I also pray for others because I may not always be happy with humanity, but there are a lot of humans that I love and care about. Mindfulness. I've also come to realize that I am not my thoughts. Your negative thoughts are merely passengers, not the driver. And no matter how heavy they feel, they're temporary. Ask Spirit if there's a lesson in it for you, and then clear them out. You might need to walk to breathe in some fresh air, but you can also journal them out. I started journaling again after several years. I have 3 books. One is the main journal. I don't write in it every day, but I do put down important thoughts to capture a moment in time. Another is the prayer book, and a list of people that I care about and others that are going through challenges that I don't even know. Anyway, I lost my place. My finger is supposed to be on this. So the third is actually a little ring binder for releasing negative thoughts. If I find myself angry about anything, maybe a friend let me down or someone's behavior irritated me, I write it down. Nothing long-winded, just to the point with no rules. Lots of serious cussing. I write it, I read it, I tear it out, I rip it up, and I dispose of it. It's definitely a release. Talking to someone also helps. Someone you trust can be reassuring to let you know that you're not alone. You're not the only one having to live with your thoughts. And someone who is understanding just helps you feel better. Gratitude. What if we actually practice it, not just in November? What if you were to write down one thing you're grateful for every day, collect each one in a jar, and read them after a year? It's a game changer. I've done this. Another way to promote your well-being is to make that bucket list. It doesn't matter about your health or your age. There's always something to strive for. Making a bucket list forces you to look at what you really want. Many people live their entire lives without having any idea what they want. They will follow societal's conventional expectations of getting married, working in the same office job for decades, buying a home, and having children, all without giving it a second thought, because that's just what they're supposed to do. That's what their parents did. Nothing wrong with that, but so many people find that it wasn't enough, or in hindsight, finding out what you want. So if the path is not true to their passion, then life will end up leading them instead of them leading their own life. My bucket list only started about a year ago, and I recommend not waiting that long because, life is short and some of my options are long gone. But there's always something to do. And I did find that. And sometimes I'm running out of things to do, but then something comes out of the blue and go, yes, I need to put that on my bucket list. I had planned to volunteer one day most of my life. So I decided it was time to do it while I can. I started volunteering with a senior living center in memory care. And somehow that led me to a weekly spiritual class, go figure. I've met a lot of wonderful people, and if it's something that you talk about doing one day, don't wait. I also wanted to own a Corvette my whole life, so since my 20s. But that's not an option now, obviously. A client arranged for me to ride in one, though. When I went to sit in it, I miscalculated the height of the seat, and I fell about 3 feet. Needless to say, I was not able to get out of it by myself. I didn't know you could actually just touch the ground. And I had some young wild kid driving me around and asked, did you ever do burnouts? Or it was bizarre. Now, I know this may not mean a lot. Now, let me see if I have it here. This may not mean a lot to people who grew up here, but I also always wanted to hug a cow. So I got to do that. And I suggest that you get your list together now. How is Spirit going to help you work on that if you don't communicate it? Get it on paper and revisit it often, because this list will change over time. What you want today may not be so important in 5 years. A bucket list can get you excited about something, even if it's going to take a while. Working on your list creates motivation and focus. It keeps you active and allows you to dream bigger. It pushes the boundaries of your comfort zone, and it makes you feel accomplished. It's a great form of self-care, and it doesn't have to include Herculean tasks. You don't have to go, climbing Mount Everest. And it's okay to be indecisive. But if you stand still, then you're not allowing joy into your life. Just pick a direction and follow Spirit. Spirit will motivate you and guide you. Self-care, positivity, gratitude, and manifesting goals are the tools that help us live a loving, healthy life. God, gods and goddesses, guides, they all want us to be happy. Your loved ones on the other side are rooting for you, and you're never alone. This Christmas, I wish you peace, joy, contentment, and love, no matter what the current challenges are. May you feel the Spirit of Christ's teachings gently guide you through the holiday season and on to the new year and to another new start. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Reverend Francine.
Thank you, Reverend Molly.
So you're saying work wonders from within?
Okay, I am.
She gets to hire.
Yeah, I know.
She's making faces and gestures at me.
This is mine.
I see trees of green,
Red roses too, I see them bloom for me and you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, What a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.